He was summoned. He said no. And the commission, meant to keep Kenya's peace, has said nothing since. As political rhetoric turns sharp ahead of 2027, questions are mounting over whether the National Cohesion and Integration Commission, NCIC, still has teeth, or whether it's gone silent right when the country needs it most. Frida Okachi prepared this report, voiced by Zainab Bondati.
Over the past several months, political leaders from across the divide have treaded remarks which have been widely criticized as inflammatory and ethnically divisive. Many of the statements have sparked public outrage, yet despite repeated calls for action, few leaders have faced any meaningful legal consequences, raising concerns over the enforcement of law against hate speech. The latest controversy centers on Health Cabinet Secretary Duale, whom the National Cohesion and Integration Commission summoned to explain remarks it believes could undermine national cohesion. The remarks were made during a public event in Lafey, Mandera County, in the days after the July 16 Olkalau by-elections. But Duale rejected the summons.
Usipolete Rigathi Gachagua kwa ile matusi amefanyia jamii ya Wasomali na Waislamu, mimi hamwezi kurandikia barua. And I will not comply.
Political analysts argue that defying a constitutional commission sets a dangerous precedent. The NCIC was formed in 2008 after the ethnic violence that followed Kenya's 2007 election and is the body legally responsible for policing hate speech under the constitution. The commission can investigate and refer cases for prosecution, but it cannot prosecute anyone itself. And in over a decade of hate speech cases, none has ended in a conviction.
Kuna viongozi wanaodhani ya kwamba sheria haikutungwa kwa sababu yao. Wanaweza vunja sheria asubuhi, wakane kuivunja mchana, na washerekee kuwa waliivunja jioni. It is very unfortunate.
Meanwhile, leaders of the Mount Kenya Youth Forum have demanded that CS Duale resign or be dismissed, arguing that his remarks against the Kikuyu community have fueled ethnic discrimination and threatened national unity.
For the sake of the youth, CS Duale must resign, as he has failed to model the integrity and unity that young Kenyans aspiring to be cabinet secretaries,
and the world appears to be honestly learning from the side of the Slav. An attack to one community is an attack to all communities.
The group has also questioned the government's silence, saying more than 72 hours have passed without any action from President William Ruto.
Because you have already said that you're not going to apologize, my expectation is for Duale to be a gentleman and resign.
Saying he will not appear, he is undermining the NCIC, undermining the rule of law, and sending a message to Kenyan youth that some people are above accountability.
Governance experts warn that as the 2027 election draws near, unchecked political rhetoric could heighten tensions across the country. They argue that NCIC commissioners must remember that their primary responsibility is to the Kenyan people, not to those who appointed them.
When the appointing authority is not the Kenyan people, it becomes very hard for NCIC to serve the Kenyan people, but to serve the appointing master. Let them remember they are the custodians and the safeguards of peace.
NTV sought a response from the National Cohesion and Integration Commission regarding Health Cabinet Secretary Duale's refusal to honor its summons and concerns over the Commission's enforcement of the law. But by the time of filing this report, the Commission had not responded.